Hi there, it's Clara here again from ultimatephysiquetraining.com, where I help women in their 40s, 50s and 60s get stronger, fitter and healthier as they transition through their menopause journey and older age. Thank you for clicking on to this video. So in this week's video, we are going to tackle a problem that a lot of women in their 40s and 50s who are going through perimenopause, menopause and postmenopause struggle with. Now, this is a question I get asked a lot, and when you are a fitness coach, nutrition coach, and you work within the fitness industry, right? And you go out socializing, even though you're minding your own business, but as soon as people find out what you do for a living, it seems like, we get all manner of questions about how to lose body fat when you are going through menopause or when you're over 40. Because let's face it, ladies, don't we notice a change? Isn't there a change in our bodies, right? It seems like we're just laying on fat, body fat, especially around the belly area, and it seems to take forever to go away, or it seems like it's never going away, right? So I'm going to dedicate this video to that topic, and I'm going to give you 8 of my tips on how we can tackle that problem. And everything, and how I've personally found it useful, and my clients have found these tips useful in helping get rid of that body fat. Now, in saying so, and before I launch into these 8 tips, one of the things that I'm going to say straight away, or I'm going to advise straight away, is that you really must clear your mind of everything that you've learned when you were younger and everything that you used to do when you were younger to help you to lose weight, okay? Those things do not apply anymore, because you have to accept that your body is different. It's going through hormonal changes, and it's also aging. Whether we like it or not, it is something that we have to accept. And yes, it is hard. It was even hard for me to finally accept that I'm aging, but we are, and we have to bring into place strategies that are going to help us going forward. So we really have, and I do go on about this a lot, but we really have to change our mindsets about aging, about menopause, and about what is going on with our bodies. And one of the things and one of the strategies we have to bring into place, or one of the things we have to begin to practice, is patience. Number 1 is patience. Number 2 is consistency, right? And number 3 is really fixing in our heads that whatever we do from now on, it's going to be for life. It is a lifestyle, and we've got to put it into place, okay? It's not something that we're going to do for 4 weeks, for 8 weeks, for 16 weeks, etc. That's all well and good. But from now on, it is something that we put into place for the rest of our lives if we want to live healthily and go through our latter years in a healthy way. Another thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to refer to my notes. I've got my notes here on my iPad. So if you see me looking down every time, I'm just referring to my notes, because I really don't want to miss anything out. One of the first things you're going to have to do, ladies, okay, and this is a hard one for a lot of us, right? One of the things you're going to have to do is you are going to have to stop dieting, okay? And when I say stop dieting, I really mean you have to stop dieting. So no more of the fad diets. We're not going to do Slimming World. I don't care whether it's worked for you in the past, okay? Slimming World or whatever other dieting things there are out there, you are going to have to get that out of your mind, okay? Right? We are also going to have to stop doing mad crazy things that we've done in the past to help us lose weight, which worked at the time, but they're no longer gonna work for us, right? Because our metabolism has changed and our bodies have changed. So that means, okay, so we've already mentioned the first thing, which is dieting, okay? So no more low calorie diets, no more crazy amounts of cardio, right? The crazy things that we do to try and lose weight. No more starving ourselves or anything like that. Throw that out the window, get it into your head, write it down, scrunch it up, and chuck it out the window. We're done with that. Okay, so let's get into my 8 tips. Okay, number 1 is you must focus on strength training, ladies. You must focus on building muscle. That is where your mindset should go, okay? Building muscle. So that means you have to start learning how to strength train. Now that must be the primary way that you train. So the main thing that you do on a week to week basis, right, is strength training. Now I recommend people do 3 to 4 sessions per week, okay? And we are doing structured strength training sessions, okay, right? So we're working the full body, right, and everything. We're working every single muscle group in the body. We're going to work legs, we're going to work the upper body, we're going to work chest, back, arms, you know, the core muscles. And ladies, very, very, very important, right? You are not going to pick a small little pink dumbbell, right, or tiny little dumbbell to do your strength training, okay? We are going to lift heavy. We are going to lift our body weight. We are going to lift heavy weights, heavy dumbbells, barbells, etc. We're taking this seriously because the goal of this is to build muscle. The more muscle we build, the more we increase our metabolism, right? And the more you increase your metabolism, the more you can burn fat. Okay? So that is the aim. So with strength training, and when you begin to do strength training and focusing on that, what you are going to do is, as we said before, you are going to begin to build muscle, okay? Now, it is key because as we get older, we begin to lose more and more muscle and we begin to get frailer and frailer and frailer, right? Okay? So what we want to do is we want to combat that, okay? We want to build muscle, focus on building muscle so we can stay strong, right? We can strengthen our bones. So as we age, we are able to go about our day to day without any problems. You want to stay strong. You want to maintain the muscle mass. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. It's that shift in your mindset about weight loss. Okay. In fact, we don't even want to think about weight loss. What we want to think about is how can I get myself stronger so that I can live a healthy, happy lifestyle as I age. Okay. And the benefits of that is that your body will change because the more muscle you build, the more you lose body fat and your body will begin to change and everything, and you will begin to have the toned look, okay? Because muscle and muscle bellies have shape, okay? So that is what we want to focus on. So I beg you guys, please stop with the crazy cardio, right? And really focus on strength training. Tip 2, right? You must increase your protein intake, right? Now, a lot of women really undereat when it comes to protein, okay, right? So the easiest way to do this, to increase your protein intake, because remember, this is key and it's very linked to building muscle, okay? If you're going to build muscle, you must increase your protein. Secondly, the older you get, because we're losing muscle as we get older, the necessary thing to do right now is to increase your protein intake, okay? Easiest way to do that is to ensure the meals that you're having, every single meal that you're having on a daily basis must include some protein, okay? So we're talking about eggs, red meat, white meats like chicken, fish, etc. Your salmon, of course, that's fish as well. You know, and everything. For if your tummy or your gut can kind of tolerate dairy, you can get protein from dairy. So very, very easy to find out what is a source of protein. Google it, it's there, the information is there. But you must increase your protein intake, okay? Now, if you're strength training and you're doing a structured program, timing your protein around your workouts is also key. Okay, so you have a pre-workout and a post-workout meal containing protein and some carbohydrates. Okay, but that is a video for another day. Okay, the key thing here is that you must increase your protein intake to support your muscle growth and maintaining your muscle. Number 4 on my 8 ways to help you lose weight and lose body fat is be very, very, very smart in your carbohydrate choices. And what do I mean by that? Number 1, cut away and cut off all processed carbohydrates, all processed foods, okay? So be smart about this, okay? If you're going to include carbohydrates in your daily meals, etc., let them come from fibrous carbohydrates. In fact, I really do recommend for women over 40, right, to slightly reduce that carbohydrate, the starchy carbohydrate food and everything, okay? So slightly reduce your carbohydrate intake, starchy carbohydrate intake, okay? And focus more on your fibrous carbohydrates from your vegetables, fruits, etc. Okay, so they're a little bit lower in sugar and everything, and they're not going to give you that sugar spike going up and down. Okay, but the key thing, if anything from this message, if you cut away or cut out all processed foods, or you're on your way to creating a fabulous body and losing that body fat. Okay, that is huge in itself. Okay, so be very, very smart about which carbohydrate sources you are choosing. Tip number 4, ladies. Tip number 4. Here's one that really scares a lot of ladies. Okay, right? Don't be scared of fats. You must include healthy sources of fat. You need dietary fat. Healthy fats, again, another one that you can Google out there. Plenty of resources out there, but I'll give you some examples. Avocado, olive oil, butter, fats from fatty cuts of meat, especially red meat. Do not be scared of fats. Come away from that low fat thinking, okay? Because any foods out there that say that they're low fat, guess what? When they strip away the fat from the food, they've got to add something else to make that food taste good. And 9 times out of 10, what they add to the food is they load it with sugar, salt, and other things to make that food taste a little bit more tastier, okay? Does that make sense? It does, right? Okay, so don't be scared of adding fat to your diet, right? You can get it from salmon, you can get it from avocados, as I've said, right? From olive oil, from butter, you know, all of that. Goose fat, there's nothing wrong with that at all, okay? Fatty cuts of meat, you know, etc. Nuts, all sorts of things, okay? So do not be scared of including fats into your diet. Number 5, another one that will get people thinking, oh God. Okay, right? Especially when you're trying to lose some body fat, okay? This is really key, ladies, okay? You gotta cut out the alcohol. you literally got to cut out the alcohol. If you're a person that can't reduce alcohol, I would suggest cut it out altogether, okay, right? Now, the reason I say that is this, right? Alcohol is one of those things that has a lot of wasted calories, okay? Secondly, your body doesn't recognize alcohol as anything else but a toxic substance. So your body's job is to just get rid of it straight away. As soon as you drink it down, it just wants to get rid of it straight away because it's a toxin to the body, right? Number 3 is, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I've noticed this, even with the smallest amount of alcohol. If I have any alcohol in the evenings especially, it seems, right, for me anyway, right? If I drink any alcohol that night, guaranteed I will not be able to sleep because the night sweats will be crazy, okay? So it seems to trigger night sweats as well. You know, comment below if you feel that that's what's happened to you. You can experiment and try it out, right? But I think that what it does, it really triggers the night sweats, even with the smallest amount of alcohol, okay? So the best thing to do, because it's so much, especially when we're talking about fat loss and trying to reduce the amount of body fat we're carrying and everything, why waste your calories on alcohol? Might as well eat some food. You know what I mean? It's just totally a waste of calories. Okay? Tip 6, let's talk about cardio. So we've talked about strength training, right? Now let's talk about cardio, okay? And the first thing I'm gonna say to you, especially you cardio bunnies out there, you know who you are, right? You cardio bunnies. I used to be one of those, right? And everything. You've got to totally rethink your cardio and your cardio sessions, okay? Ladies, please stop obsessing about cardio. You think you've put on weight and you must go running and you must do this and you must do that. All cardio based, okay? Remember what I said in my tip 1, your focus, number 1 focus, strength training. Secondary to that, cardio. Now, am I saying cardio is bad? No, I'm not saying cardio is bad. What I'm saying is stop focusing solely on cardio, okay? Right? Now, I recommend to my clients to do at least 1 to 3 sessions of cardio per week, okay? Right? Most of my clients, what they do is the type of cardio that they do is they walk, they cycle, they swim, very kind of low intensity type cardio, right? Okay? A lot of them aim to do at least 10,000 steps per day or more, or at least 3 to 4 times a week. You know, that's what they try and aim to do, and everything. And sorry, I'm referring to my notes so that I don't miss anything out, okay? One of the things that I do recommend to people when I do assessments and things like that, and I'm kind of giving you the advice here, is that if you are really struggling and suffering with menopausal symptoms, please do not do HIIT cardio, okay? It is too intense for your body. You need your body to kind of relax and come of its, you know, kind of like come out of that kind of stressed mode. And everything. So I would suggest that you do low intensity cardio instead. So swap out your HIIT training, your high intensity training, cardio training for low intensity stuff, okay? And then rely on your strength training and building of muscle to help you lose that body fat. It is absolutely not necessary for you to do HIIT training. And HIIT training is very hard and very harsh on the body, okay? So that's my 2 pence worth about cardio. Cardio is still important because we've still got to work the heart and lungs and everything, but it should not be your number 1 go-to type of training. Number 7, focus on sleep. Okay, right? Now, this is a difficult one for ladies that are going through the menopause symptoms, especially night sweats. It's a very difficult one because that is something that wakes us up, right, in the middle of the night, and then you can't go back to sleep again, and everything, okay? So here's what I suggest you do, okay? Right, we've heard about 8 hours sleep is the best for you, 7 hours sleep is the best for you, 5 hours, whatever, blah, 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 all of that stuff. I'm talking about the quality of sleep, okay, right? So are we getting into a deep sleep, okay? And you will know that when you wake up in the morning and how you feel, right? Do you feel rested? Okay. Like for example, for me, last night I probably had 6 hours sleep, but I woke up very, very refreshed. So I know that I went into a very, very deep sleep. So we're talking about quality, not the quantity of sleep, not the hours that you sleep, quality of sleep. Okay. So focus on that. And once you focus on sleep and you put all the other tips that I've kind of suggested in place, in fact, when you do that, what will happen is your sleep will get better and better and better, okay? Once you get it to a point where your quality of sleep is really, really good, watch the body fat start melting off of your body. It really, really does help in losing that body fat. Finally, tip number 8. Managing stress. Oh my God. I've got to laugh because I don't know what happens in our life cycle, but it seems like the older we get, the more stressed we are, okay? So we have to put in extra strategies to actually manage stress, okay? Now, I'm not saying get rid of stress because we can't. Life happens, things happen. I personally have young children, right? And it is stressful, you know, but what I'm saying is how do we put strategies in place to manage our stress, okay? So this simply comes down to, right, having strategies that you've put in place for self-care, okay? And that could be small things or little things like, you know, having a soak in the bath, going out to get your nails done, getting somebody to look after your kids so that you can go out and just have some me time, walking in the park, etc., going for a swim, all of those things that put the energy back into you. Because let's face it, ladies, don't we do this all the time? We are so busy looking after everybody else and we're forgetting about us. And then we wonder why we feel so depleted, so tired all the time, okay? But the only people that can actually manage that stress is us, ourselves, okay? And when I'm giving you guys these strategies, I'm also talking to myself because I go through this on a day-to-day basis. I have to remind myself, okay, once the kids have gone to bed, forget about the dishes in the sink, etc. Go and run a bath, go and soak in a bath. Or sit on the sofa and just chill, read a book, chill out, okay? Make yourself a cup of tea and just chill. Give yourself that 10-15 minutes, right, to just get your mind relaxed, okay? Meditation, 5 minutes, just close your eyes, sit there on your bed, okay, and just enjoy the peace and quiet. I just went into a meditative state right there, okay? So it is actually, you have to force yourself to do this because it is very hard. And I'm talking from experience. It is extremely hard, okay? Because you're going to work, you're managing your kids, you've got to manage your household, you've got to do this. Now with the cost of living, we're stressed out about that. So many things. But this is the time, ladies, that we really do have to self-care. We really have to care about ourselves. Okay, ladies, so those were my 8 tips that I wanted to share with you today on how to lose body fat if you're the age over 40 and you are struggling to lose that weight. So I hope you enjoyed that. One of the things I will say, and I will reiterate again, okay, underpinning all of those 8 tips is the 2 things that I said at the beginning of this video, which is you need to implement consistency and you need to have mad, crazy patience, Remember, this thing is not a 12-week program, it's not a 16-week program, it's not a 4-week challenge or anything like that. These are things that we are implementing for life. It's a lifestyle, basically, okay? It is a lifestyle, okay? So I hope you found them useful, okay? Now, one of the things I will say, one of the reasons I did start this channel is because I could see out there that there was not much aimed at women of our age group, okay? A lot of the fitness stuff that you see out there and nutrition, etc., is really aimed at younger women, which is, you know, all well and good. They need that content. But for you, my dears, right, you need content that comes from coaches who know what they're talking about, and preferably female coaches, because there's not many of us. Okay, so what you see on my channel, what you see on my other social media platforms, it is me giving you advice based on my own experience and based on the experience of my clients. Okay, what I do, what I advise you, the tips that I give you, the motivation that I give you really is coming from a place of me doing the stuff and me doing the work. So when you go on my other social media platforms, you will see me churning out videos of me in the gym or me doing cardio, you know, and all of that good stuff, because I want to show you that I do walk the walk, and whatever advice I give you, I take on board as well. It is not always easy. I don't always get it on point. But the one thing that I advise you to do is that when you go off track is to come back again, and to come back quickly, okay? And that's saved me loads and loads of times, okay? So you are hearing advice and you are hearing tips from somebody who actually knows what they're talking about, because I coach clients. I've done a lot of research. I've studied the subject. I do the research on myself, I experiment on myself, so I know what works, okay? So, in saying that, please comment below, let me know what you're struggling with, let me know what types of videos you would like to see going forward. I will ask you please to share, like and subscribe to the channel, okay? Share it with your friends, women that you know that are struggling with certain things and everything. Another thing, please click on the link in the description with a freebie. It's a link that goes straight into my website where you can download a freebie. So it's a free nutrition guide and free workout plan that you can immediately put into place and everything. So that's there for you if you like. Just go in there, click, put your name and email address, and boom, the stuff will appear on your inbox. Okay? In the meantime, have a lovely, lovely evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. And thank you so, I really do appreciate you watching the video to this point. Thank you so much for your support, your subscriptions. Have a lovely, lovely day, and I shall see you, God willing, in my next video. God bless and have a lovely day. Goodbye. Bye.